Welcome back to this throwback series on Drumard Farm. It's episode 6 with me, Mr. Silly P. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been busy. As you can see, top right, the money has gone up. What I am going to do is just take it down here. We'll check and see how many trees we've cut down so far. I'm just going to put this here for the moment, actually. Sideways on the slope. Yeah, we've taken down quite a few. Actually, let's have a look. What is it saying? We should have an option somewhere that tells us. Trees cut down, 86. 86 trees cut down. I'm going to take the. Do I still need it? Got a few trees there. I'm thinking of chopping those up into smaller bits. I'm going to stop for a little while. I can come back at any time. I might get rid of this. I might leave it until I've put those logs through. This can go back. Actually, I might leave this for the time being, just to get rid of those last few trees. But actually, I'm going to do that. Oh, as you can see, I moved it. So in doing that amount of trees, because the amount of money I had made and was making, I decided I'd sell it back, then buy it again. In essence, we've lost the amount of a full one, because we've done it, well, we'll do it twice, and we sell this back, because you get it back for half what you bought it for. So yeah, in essence we have. But moving it over gave us much more room, allowed this to sit flatter, because I put it further back as well. That sat flatter, as you can see. It's much closer to the level of this than it was over there, where it was sitting quite high, which meant I could put slightly longer trees on and it was going through all well and good. But what's very cool is, you know when I said about our seed, our 2-day hybrids? Well, when I woke up this morning I thought, okay, well, you know, it's obviously going to be another day, isn't it? It's going to take another day. But they're ready. My silage or my clamp is fermenting. That's at 70-something%, so by tomorrow morning, maybe even by this evening, that'll be ready to start taking stuff out of the clamp. But our fields are ready to harvest. Now when I said speedy, press 17 speedy, because you can have your plant growth on, you know, well, I'll show you. If I didn't show you before, I think I showed on the very first kind of episode, which wasn't part of the series but was. If we go to plant growth, off completely, slow, normal. I kept saying medium or fast. Well, I've got it set on fast at the moment. But again, same. If you go back to Planet 17, you don't have to have it running fast. You can set it to slow, and it will take longer. It doesn't take 5 months like it does in 22. It's not going to, you know, it doesn't go through the full growth cycle, but it does allow you the option. I personally think that's an option that should be in 22. Now, all your purists and your game must be played as realistically as possible, people, and that's absolutely fine. I've said before, I have no problem with that. Then having it with, you know, whether you've got seasons on or off, basically on 22 all seasons does is gives you the crop calendar, so you can only plant and harvest at certain times. With it turned off, you can plant and harvest whenever you like, but it still takes the same amount of time for those crops to grow. I think there should be an option to speed that crop growth up. I know we can skip through days, but like I've said before, the big difference being, if you are running animals, and if you've got, you know, if you've got your cows or whatever, if you start skipping through months and months at a time, you need to make sure that your animals remain fed. Oh, hang on. Just suddenly remembered. I'm pretty sure when I bought that second or the first trailer, that first trailer was a silage trailer only. That's going to help, not going to help with the crops. And I might have left my other trailer at the other farm, which I'll have to go back for in a moment. That's fine. I've got some more eggs. Oh yeah, look at that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab the harvester. We'll get it over into the field because we can start harvesting and we can run our cycle again. Yeah, so anyway, my point being that if you want to have faster growth, again, if you're playing and you haven't got a lot of time, you're getting from work, you've got an hour, or you're getting from work, have your dinner, put the kids to bed, you've got an hour before bed, or whatever it might be, having to run through 5-6 months for crops to grow, even if you can skip time each day, which makes it quicker. Like I've said before, if you are running animals and you do that, You have to stop every now and again and make sure they're topped up with feed, make sure they've got water if they've got them, and obviously we don't have to clean them out anymore like we used to. On some maps you do have to. I prefer this way of doing it. I would prefer it if the option was there. Run seasons with it all on, and it all runs like seasons. If you turn seasons off, you can have it running like it did on previous versions of the game, where you can set your growth speed slow, normal, fast. I just think personally, you know, it just gives people greater freedom to play the game the way they want to play it, and it still allows for the fact that your people that want to play the game ultra realistically still have that ability. It's still there, and you can still do that. Yeah, I've left it up the other farm, haven't I? I'll go and get them, because this one, I'm sure it turns out this one is just a silage trailer. So let's go and grab the harvester. We can get that out, because I made those fields bigger, so we should make a bit more money on that as well. I'm going to be purchasing something with the money, so what I am also going to do at some point, I need to take, where did I leave it? My mower, because I leased the other mower, the rear mower. Now we have got, this was the new old harvester we purchased. It does have a larger capacity and it has a larger head. The header trailer isn't so great, but that's all good. Doesn't matter. Let's move that out of the way, because I've left that right in the way. So I'm going to go and get the trailer. I'm going to go and get my front mower, because I won't need the mower moving forward. It's that thing I talked about that got, you know, for some reason it was removed. And I guess maybe because the lineup was changed and they decided they were going to go with something else. But I'm going to do it now. I wasn't going to, but I'm going to. I can't help myself. We need to go to mowers. It's only 289,000. Do I want to change the rim colour? What rim colour options have we got? I might just leave it as it is, actually. It's interesting, it doesn't say the names either, does it? Of, you know, you have to kind of just try and find the closest one. Am I going to do it? I'm going to do it. I just wanted one. For no other reason than I wanted one. Let's do this. Now obviously, not obviously, there's the Seasons mod by Realismus Modding, the 17 version of it. If you install that and have the Seasons mod running on 17, it takes away the option for plant growth. The plant growth is fixed, and it also, you can't switch off plant withering. Plant withering is fixed as well. So if you were running Seasons on 22, it does that. I'll have to fiddle around with the Corona that we just bought, because I can't remember with regard to what can we put on the back of it. I don't want to pull this up on the grass and eat into our grass that's regrown. Look at this, lush fields. All that work paid off. Actually, I don't know why I'm coming all up here. I could have done it in the gateway. Yeah, because I'm going to end up on the grass up here anyway, aren't I? Whoa! Mind the crop. Much better. Doesn't matter what version of the game I play on, I still forget to do it every single time. Let's canola it. Then it'll be a case of prepping, resetting, going again. We've got a seeder, we don't have a planter. I think that's right, isn't it? So am I looking at getting a planter? I might do corn at some point. Or there's not the wider variety of crops as well. Obviously, we can't do all the extra things. It's alright, won't it? Not for the time being. Very happy with the way this has turned out. We'll have to give the crone a bit of a run out as well. Got a gentle curve on there, we should be alright for the turn here. I mean, things like, when you really drill into the detail, things like the animations for the way the crops go into the harvester at the sides and those kind of things, they're not as crisp and clean, and the animations for stuff coming out the back of the harvesters for mowing and things like that. But this is a long time ago. This is 8 years. FS17. You think of the way games have changed. I mean, 8 years ago, VR was, it was in its infancy. It was a kind of pie in the sky. Most people couldn't afford it, and graphically, look how far games have come, how much stuff has changed. And like I said before in previous episodes of this was cutting edge at the time. This was what games could do, This is going to be a pretty good yield. I'm looking at the other field to do as well. With the money we've got in the bank, I can. The great thing is as well, now I've got that thing up on the hill, I can stick a tree through, depending on the size of it, anywhere between £5 grand and £7 grand for putting a whole tree through. That pays for my workers. So I can set a worker off, once I've done a couple of rounds, set a worker off, go and stick a tree through that, and that's covered my worker fees. I haven't got to worry about that. That can chug away. While that's chugging away, I can then go and get my trailer, come back and we can then unload, and we're now in a position where we can employ people a bit more sustainably than we could before, which is nice. So we should get the second round on this done, and then I'll probably set a worker off, and then what I'll do, I'll go and get the trailer, we'll get that over here, and then at some point we will go and get the crone and we'll give that a go, because most of our fields have regrown with grass. I'm trying to think, do I want to pick it up with a forage wagon, or we haven't got the clamp at the moment, so that would probably be not the best idea. I can make some more hay, I guess, to put into the silo. I have the front mower, which I'm going to be taking back. We just bought a big old mower. Got the trailer. We have got a full harvester. It has stopped. I did put a couple more logs through the chipper, just to raise our finances a little bit. I have also taken the liberty of, and again, I'm so sorry. What was it? Sent me a picture because I was saying about the harvester, not the harvester, the oh dear, telehandler could do with the rear weight, and I forgot all about the Art Mechanic PT25. So I've just bought one. It was only, I think, 1,900. So again, a couple of logs through, covered the cost of that. I'm looking at getting a stump grinder. That's a big difference as well, isn't it? Engine's not running on the harvester. That's been left. Whereas now on 22, you have to have the engine running to be able to unload. Because obviously it would need the organ and thing running, wouldn't it? We'll leave that there. Once the trailer's unloaded, I can set the harvester off again, and then I'm going to take that mower back. We'll sell that. So I've been looking for. I thought we had one. One of the what are they called? It's a trailer. It's a trailed. Basically, it's a trailed 3-point link. And I can't think what it would be with. Big Bud Pack, Gregoire Besson. Do we have that anymore? I don't know. I'll have to have a look. I'm going to do a couple more headlands at the top end. I did at the bottom end, just to give enough turning room for the harvester. We shall continue. Nice little bit of wobble over the ground there. Yeah, I think a couple more rows. We'll be absolutely fine. At the store, there's the weight I bought. I've actually gone on the back of the telehandler. I've come and collect that. Thank you, Stuart. I do appreciate it. I think I did put it up, or I will put it up on it. Look at that. Oh, that's the weapon of choice, that, isn't it? Oh! So, we'll get rid of that mower. We're not going to need that anymore. I mean, I suppose, potentially, for... that's a little bit of extra money. For, what was I going to say? Something. Smaller work. I mean, if you were just going out, I guess if I was just going to pick up some grass to feed the sheep or something, then maybe you'd use a smaller mower. I don't know. Anyway, I've got some eggs to sell, so I'm going to sell those. Just thought I'd show you up there what I was doing and chopping off the mower and that kind of thing. Oh, 71 quid. Lovely. Got to pay them workers somehow, people. Got to pay them workers. I mean, I've got plenty of money. It's not like I haven't got enough money. But also having spent, what did I spend? A couple of grand on the weight. I want to get a stump grinder. I can get one. There's a stump grinder. I can't remember if I put it in the description or not. That can go skid steer loader, telehandler, wheel loader. So I might get it for this. And see how we go. I was taking that. I thought. Okay. I thought that second one on the right hand side was going to get caught, but it's taking it all. Excellent. I've got some more logs. It's all up there. I've just got to sort of chop it up into manageable chunks. And I think once I've done that, I'm going to leave the forestry for now. I just wanted to get those bits done. And I think that last row of trees. I'll come up off camera. I might do a little bit just to show you if I do get the stump grinder, because I can't remember how it works, or not how it works, how well it works. Obviously, I've kind of got used to the FS22 stuff. That's the other interesting thing coming back, is how much stuff you've got used to. Those creature comforts, they're the things you pick because they work really well, and they've been sort of tweaked over the years. I suppose in 17 you've got the very earliest versions of them, because this was the first iteration of mods on console. So, it's interesting. It's certainly interesting. What was that? I drove over something. Huh? Oh, okay, never mind. Right, I'll get a few more in. Not too much. Stay with me. I'm just heading back up to my forestry area. As you've seen, just a little bit more. The weights on the back. And on the front, I've got this, the Xylor stump grinder. I only leased it. I think it's 38 grand to buy. It's quite expensive. But we could do some more logging and pay for that. But to be fair, once I've done the stump grinding, I don't really need to do any more than that. This should work. Oh, this is. Curious, I think this is an early version. I can't remember who this one's by. I haven't checked it, not checked it yet. Oh, there we go. But we just need a bit of a tilt. There we go. Just finding the sweet spot, I guess. I don't want to spend too long doing this at the moment. I'll do a lot of this off camera, but it's probably not. Again, I suppose you get spoiled with the stuff at 25. It's so efficient. I mean, to be fair, this works incredibly well once you get it right, but I guess probably still quicker than using the other ones. Anyway, I've got to get back. We've got a harvester that's... Well, I've done 2 unloads. I've also moved over the new big M500. And I've... Oh, you probably already said it from the thumbnail, actually. Just thinking, did I do it on the thumbnail? I'm sure I used to do it this way, but it's what I was looking for. It was under ploughs. Part of the big bud pack was the Gregoire Besson ploughs, and part of that... And I looked all over the place and I couldn't find it. I couldn't work out why. I looked under trailers and all sorts. The trail lifter. I've only leased that as well. It's because that's a normal hitch to a 3-point, and we've got them in various different versions of the game. Come on. Is that still there? I did think about maybe ploughing this hillside, putting a field in. Anyway, just wanted to show you what I was doing. I've got to get back. I've got work to do. So, while the harvester finishes off the last couple of rows on the first field of the canola, now I think it's soybean, another one, we've got... I can't wait to give this a go. So, has a link on the... It has a hitch on the back. So what I was hoping to do was mow and then ted at the same time to make my hay. There are trailed tedders, but most of them are 3-point link. And then I remembered we probably had access to on 17 the hay bob, and that's been on I think all the various different options. So the plan with this is to Mo, Windrow and Ted. Now I can't remember if it was 17 or 19 that I used to do this on. I'm really hoping it was on here, because I'm going to look like an absolute buffoon if it doesn't work. So, I don't know how it's going to work on the hillside as well, but we'll find out. Now as far as I remember, it windrows automatically, but you can open up these end bits if you want it to go flat, I think. I can't remember. And then what we need to do on the back, if I switch to the rear, turn that on. Do I drop that down? That pushes the wheels off the ground, that's not so good. That's not necessarily going to work. Okay, let's go back to that. Turn that on. Oh, it's working. It's working. Now, if it's the same as it used to be, and I'm trying to remember, tight turns it's not going to like, but it does pretty much follow. Yeah, it's not a big fan of horrible bits of hillside, is it? But this is just a proof of concept, of course. I will come and bring the forage wagon, and we'll pick up the hay and we'll go and put it into our silo. But I wanted to make sure it worked, and boy does it work. If we want to do grass work or we want to do more silage, I can just run this, and I can have the forage wagon hooked directly to the back of it. It's a weapon. It's the weapon of choice. It's a very cool looking bit of kit. I'll have to come and collect the hay off this field before I repurpose it. So what I need to look for as well is I need to look for a fertiliser spreader. We've got one, but I'm sure, was it the Bruns something or other, was something like 8,000 litre capacity. It might even be the Bruns 8,000, or was it Bruns 12,000 with an 8,000 litre capacity? I can't remember. Oh, that is working absolutely perfectly. It's perfect. What I'll do now as well is we'll take our canola to be sold. So I don't know how well it's going to work. It doesn't like, let's say, hills particularly, but because it's a nice wide, it's a nice wide width. That's what you need with width. If it's wide, you're hoping it's going to be width. You don't want a wide depth. That's not the best way to go. Slide on the hillside and then we could miss some, but it might be alright. No, that seems to be following absolutely. Oh, I'm so pleased that's worked. I say it's an indulgence, of course it is. It's a lot of money. I could have bought another tractor, but I wanted this. And that's all there is to it. I wanted this. There for a moment. Let's turn that off. Where's that? Hold it up just for the time being. Switch it to that. Where's that up? Very nice. Well, as far as I'm concerned, worth absolutely every penny. So how much have we got in here? Oh yeah, we got more than the trailer space we got left, but that's alright. Let's take it and see what we'll get for this. Next thing to check is canola pricing. So if we go to here and where's that? Should have gone the other way. Canola, third one along. 1866 at Drumard sale 1. How's the soybean looking? Drumard 2 is coming up. That's good. a little bit left in there. So what we'll do, I'll leave that open. I'm going to go and deliver this. First 20,000 litres. Get a bit of extra money in the bank. And then we'll get the harvester cracking on the other field. Get our soybean done. And there'll be re-prepping, re-prepping, yes, words. And then what's next? Yeah, I'm just going to get that done, I think, in this episode. Might get a bit more mowing done like that. Go and grab the forage wagon and I can go and pick that hay up. Actually, I'll do that before we finish as well. I'll get that hay picked up. That way I can get cracking on repurposing the field for the next crop type that goes in, whatever I end up putting in. What did I say? Drumard 2, didn't I? I have to check it now. I might see how we go financially. If we can get a bit more money in the bank to buy a new field as well, maybe. I still haven't used that field up the top by the greenhouses actually. Let's look at that too. Just double check, because I looked at the other crop as well, didn't I? Yeah, one. That's another nice thing, I think. Again, not that I'm averse to it at all, Beaconson. Is back to that old thing of crops done. What am I doing with my crop? I'm taking it to sell it. I'm either storing it or selling it. Whereas on 22, and you're constantly thinking, okay, what can I do with this crop? I've got canola. I can make canola oil. What can I do with the canola oil? I can make this. Or I've got this. What can I make with that? What's my onward project? What can I do with it? Rather than that just thing of, I'm just going to take it and sell it. You know? Whereas on here, no, just take it, sell it. So what I might do is put the other 2,000 into the silo at the farm, so I can get straight on with the soybean. I'm going to then whiz over and grab the forage wagon and get that hay off, and we'll see how long it takes to get that soybean sorted out. I'm so pleased that Big M worked. I can't remember if I leased the hay bob or bought it. Bob, 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 bob. have to say it's worked out very nicely. It's 5 to 5. As you saw, I was collecting up the hay. I also cut the field opposite, not that one, this one. I've collected most of it off. I got 34,000 litres off this, and then started collecting the rest up, and then off that's full with another 34,000 litres. So that's going to go into the silo. Depends how full the silo gets, because I don't know what the capacity is actually. We may then regret having got rid of the hayloft, but don't worry about that. But what I am very pleased with is that we've got a full trailer again, and this is the soybean. So 20,000 litres, and we've got over 1,500 in there, so not far off. Bearing in mind soybeans normally a bit lower yielding, not far off what we got canola on this one. Maybe the yields are very similar. Also, I've got the tedder that we had on the farm that we started with. Did we have that on the farm we started with, or did I buy that? I think we had that on the farm, because I bought the little hay bob. We don't need this, so what I'm going to do now, to finish off, I'm going to take this. We'll sell it. This was Drumard 2, wasn't it, if I recall? If we go back across, we want soybean, Drumard 2, 2303, and climbing. We could leave it and wait till it gets to its peak, but I'm going to sell it for what it is now, and we'll sell the tedder as well. Not a bad episode's worth of work, I must say. Brand new piece of equipment, a bit more logging done. We've got some more gear over there. That stump grinder didn't work as well as I thought it was going to. I suppose, like, again, I think I was saying earlier, I think because you got spoilt with those styles of stump grinders on 22, you can just drive across and it's like bump, 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 and just gets rid of them so quickly. It just requires a bit more finessing, I think. But it's at the end of the day, if you're using a regular stump grinder, it would take even longer. So, I guess, you know, you take the rough with the smooth and so forth. Just thinking, have I got enough room to get around? No, I know what I'm going to do, because that's sticking out quite a long way up front. I'm going to disconnect that first. Let's take this in. We'll sell this. Okie dokie. How many times have we jet washed this JCB? I haven't really been using the aggro style, the Deutz file very much. So I'm thinking the next big purchase, I think when we sell our silage, I'm still curious to see what we're going to get for our silage, but that should be quite cool. Connect. Yeah, get another tractor. Maybe something a little bit larger and start working our way up through a sort of, you know, I'm not going to, this isn't going to be a 30 episode Let's Play or anything like that. I'll say that. So Drumard 2. See what we get, and this will end the episode. Then I've got prep to do, and like I say, do I buy another? I think I'm going to buy a fertiliser spreader, which means we can get rid of the one we've got. Oh yes, very profitable. Oh, nice. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.